Hey there, it's Anonymous T, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Anything I say is alleged in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some housekeeping items, some meat and potato items. It is free. Free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous T. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous T Podcast. Free to follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous T Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram, on the Instagrammies at Anonymous Reality T. Free to share everywhere. Free to hit the like button so it gets out into the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes. And do not forget, whether you are coming or going, to hit the like button. So today we're talking DDG responding to India Love's mom, calling him basically a work husband, and his reaction to that. I also want to offer a sincere apology to you guys. I didn't realize when I had uploaded the video that the volume was too low because I'm not where I normally have like all my equipment and everything set up. So I am going to first include that clip as well. The original clip, I believe I posted it as a short too, but I will include the original clip of what India Love's mom said so that you guys can see and hear it in its entirety with the appropriate volume so that we can react. So I'm going to set all of this up, right? So this first clip, I'm going to have again, just so we have everything in chronological order of what India Love's mom said. We'll make sure the volume is loud enough for you guys. You guys can hear it. And then we'll transition to DDG's reaction after that. Again, my sincerest apologies. Please forgive me.
I have to meet somebody in person to really vibe him. He seems to be a decent guy. I don't take him serious. I think this is work. I don't know if I'm missing
Mom said
something.
work husband.
Yeah, the work husband.
Not her work husband.
That's her work husband.
What's a work husband?
It's like people in the CEO in the corporate world get really close to like the secretary or something. They call it they call it a work wife or a work husband. They're just really close, like a husband and wife at work, but it's not.
So then next we're going to have one of two clips featuring DDG, and this is going to be him first initially watching India Love's mom say that this is a work relationship and everything else, and his initial reaction, and then there's one other clip after that that I'll set up for you guys as well.
It's like
Her work husband.
that's her work husband.
What's a work husband?
It's like people in the CEO in the corporate world get really close to like the secretary or something. They call it they call it a work wife or a work husband. They're just really close, like a husband and wife at work, but it's not
Work husband.
What? Bro, what happened to it, bro? I feel like this shit got toxic overnight, bro. Like,
So this is DDG taking no accountability whatsoever and basically saying this got toxic overnight, but it was all good a week ago. It was all good a few days ago when you were using India Love in thoughts that Halle Bailey was going to crash out over you, that she was going to be jealous of you. Meanwhile, she had a whole new man this entire time. And y'all thought that the internet was going to drag her new man and call him a bum and call him this and all that, only for all of y'all to have egg on y'all face, only for all of y'all to be copping please, to do all this backtracking and trying to refocus and redirect the energy and everything else. And this didn't work out the way that you wanted. And time again, both you and India Love said that this is all for content, this is all for clicks and views. So now you're saying all of a sudden this is toxic because her mom spoke up. Imagine the number of people that are in India's family and friends and inner circle that are asking what is going on with this DDG mess and everything else, and them having to try to reassure that this is not what people thinks it is and everything else, but it looks believable. And it doesn't help matters. This comes right after Tasha K makes the allegation that you allegedly paid India Love $50,000 to be a fake girlfriend and to allegedly make Halle Bailey jealous. So we're also going to react to this final clip as well of DDG still being in a state of confusion. So let's take a listen.
what's a work husband? What's that? I'm tripping.
So you can see now DDG is trying to act dumb. He's trying to act clueless. He's trying to act confused as to how all of this got out of hand, how all of this got out of toxic, how all of this got, completely, blown up and everything else. But he knows why it got blown up. He started all of this. He created all of this. He created all of this. Let's walk you back through a little quick timeline, right? When was Streamer University, right? That, I believe, was back in mid-May. At that point, it had been about a couple of weeks since Halle Bailey was granted the physical and sole legal custody of Halo, y'all. So at that moment, the ABUSE allegations came out. At that moment, Halle was also awarded the DV restraining order against DDG, and it was bad out here. It was bad out here for DDG. He was getting dragged up and down through this internet. He had to quickly find a way to recover. He had to find a quick way to recover. So he decides, Streamer University, I'm going to try to hard launch this love triangle and hope that I can end up with India Love in the end with him and Duke Dennis. I think Duke Dennis thought at first that this was real with him and India Love until he started watching clips back and realized that, she was playing in his face. She was playing in his face and using him for content, and that's when he backed off. DDG saw the opportunity because he saw the clicks and the views that all of this was curating. It was like, you know what? I can hard launch some type of PR relationship of sorts to get the focus and the attention away off my custody battle. I can get the focus and attention of away while my legal team works on their answer back to Halle Bailey. I can try to, distract my fans with this India Love stuff and make them think that I'm the one that moved on. I can make them think I'm the one who never wanted anything to do with Halle Bailey in the end, and she's the one who is crashing out over me. She's the one who is single. She's the one who is bitter and wants me back, and created this whole entire false narrative, y'all. So he starts putting the pieces of, doing more content with India Love, shouting her out, calling her randomly on stream and everything else, her randomly showing up at his place and everything else, and really trying to put this narrative that, India Love has been by his side. And then, of course, him formally asking her to streamer prom sponsored by Popeyes to be his date and everything else, and really up the content because he saw the clicks and the views that he was getting, and he figured I can this could be a knockout in both terms. It could look like I moved on as well, and I can get off of this content. And so, full speed ahead, right? So that happens. So then we see, him and India Love twerking at the AMP pool party. She was also twerking on Duke Dennis as well. And it gets a lot of clicks, gets a lot of views, makes it look like, since Halle hasn't posted anything, since she hasn't said anything, that she's the one who just doesn't want DDG to see his kid. And even though he could see his kid, supervised visits this entire time. But that was the narrative that was put out there, right? That was the false narrative that was put out there. So nonetheless, we keep continuing, right? Then we also have, DreamCon. We also have Streamer Prom, which I guess DDG and India Love thought that this could be like a hard launch type of situation with, trying to make it look like they're this power couple, hire a photo shoot, everything else for Streamer Prom sponsored by Popeyes, right? So people are eating it up, and then India Love, for some reason, randomly unfollows Halle Bailey as if she's getting DDG's side of things and what is going on. Meanwhile, in the midst of all this, DDG's legal team files a response to what is going on and tries to block Halle Bailey from taking Halo to Italy. That, of course, got denied, but he released those text messages and hoping that that was going to harm Halle Bailey's reputation and ruin her, and it did not work out the way that DDG was hoping that was going to work out, right? So that created a lot of backlash as well. So full stream ahead with all of these other antics, right? So nonetheless, all of a sudden, DDG is, he still has content to do. He has to film his Hawaii trip with Wendy, who's another female streamer. However, still is trying to push the India Love stuff. Then next thing you know, he pops up in Paris, pops up in Paris for Fashion Week, right? And is hanging out with Jay Cinco. Next thing you know, there it appears to be some type of double date content or whatever, if you will. And it looks as though, we hear that his attorneys file a motion to all of a sudden see Halo after a few months, right? Because why not? Since you're already in Paris and it's a flight away to get over there to Italy, why not, right? To make it look like, I'm this doting father. I can finally see my son, even though you couldn't have seen your son this whole time because you were ignoring Hallie and her attorneys, right? So nonetheless, that happens. And then from there, they say, okay, you need to find somebody to be a chaperone. And they couldn't find a chaperone in a couple of days. So then Hallie had to shell out money to have her security, have her nanny be the chaperone. And then mysteriously in the midst of this, right? In the midst of this, some pictures drop and we find out Hallie's had a man this whole time. She's got a new man this whole time for several months and everything else after we did our investigation. And it comes out on Chloe Bailey's birthday. It comes out the first day that DDG is slated to see his son, right? And so then the content after that, you can see DDG is down. He's trying to escalate a beef with Reggie and get Kaisa not involved. That flopped. He's trying to, play it off like he's happy for Hallie. He hopes that she moves on and finds success, but he doesn't believe it, right? Meanwhile, it looks like as though she's moved on first and he couldn't handle it. So all of this hard launching of whatever this was with India Love backfired. Then we see double date couples content of him in India Love with Jay Cinco and Lala. And again, it's awkward, it's cringeworthy, it's not believable. We see DDG and India Love walking the streets of Italy in the middle of the night, really trying to make it seem like this is couples energy, this is love, and all of these things, and nobody, once again, is buying the shenanigans, right? So we have all of this that is taking place. So now all of a sudden, DDG's back home, DDG's back in the States, he is seeing all this stuff. And at first he is reacting to all the India Love edits, even though India Love in her interviews, as recently as the one with Speedy from Complex, basically makes it seem like this is all for clicks and views, this is not serious, this is just friendship, we've been friends for a long time. But then when the conversation switched to Duke Dennis, it sounded like she was still down for Duke Dennis when it was all said and done, because she talks about how attractive he was, how he smells good, all this and all of that. But DDG didn't care about any of that, right? He ignored all that. He then, is liking India Love edits. His fans are eating it up. They're really trying to make it seem like DDG upgraded. They're really trying to make it seem like this is a real relationship. Meanwhile, when you go over to India Love's family, I'm sure her parents are getting questions all the time about this DDG stuff. Like, are you romantically involved? Like, why are you going to get involved with somebody that is going through all this stuff with his ex and everything else? Like, this is not a good look, especially with past dudes that she's been romantically linked with, who also a few of them have also history of ABUSE as well. So nonetheless, it's not a good look to have your daughter attached to somebody else with those types of allegations. So now the mom has to come out and say, this is a work relationship. I'm sure DDG means well, but this is not real. And this is also after a few days after Tasha K puts out that story that allegedly DDG paid India Love $50,000 to pretend to be his girlfriend and try to make Halle Bailey jealous. And so none of the less, you guys, we have a situation where this has flopped. This has flopped majorly. DDG is now trying to recreate the narrative and redirect y'all attention to some dating show, which you would not need a dating show, DDG, if you were in a real relationship with India Love. So now y'all are trying to act like this is friendship vibes, this isn't what it looks like, and everything else, and it completely backfired, y'all. So for you to act like you're shocked and act like India's mom had to come out, because she at this point is probably getting all types of questions, all types of like, what is going on with your daughter and DDG? She had to come and shut everything down because it was getting ridiculous. So that essentially is that. That is it. That is all for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.